Hi, I am Lais Bastos Martins, and I'm a PhD student at North Carolina State University, and I study plant breeding. In case you were wondering, plant breeding aims to make plants that better attend our needs. In my case, I work with peas, yes, the same peas that you eat, but I breed them to be used as cover crops. And cover crops are plants that the main goal is to produce biomass. By biomass, I mean green tissue. And those plants protect the soil from flying away or from being carried by the rain. Cover crops can also help by housing pollinators, and after they die, those cover crops will add nutrients back to the soil. And these plants are good not only for the environment, but also for the farmer's pocket because they help reduce cost of fertilizer. In the plant breeding program that I'm in, many different peas are crossed to each other and they will generate offsprings. We then get these offsprings and grow them in different parts of the country and select the best ones. We look for plants that can grow tall and have big volume, lots of biomass, and they also need to be resistant to cold and disease. I also want them to grow well in different parts of the country and produce seeds so they can be sold. Now I'm going to take you to one of our farms and show you what I'm talking about.
Hello! We are here in Clayton, North Carolina, and I'm showing you my pea nursery. That's where I try new genotypes, mean new kinds of peas every year. And I want to show you a great example right here. So you can see the blue flag and the orange flag. Each one is a different plot. And they are both tall. They both have a lot of biomass, and by that I mean they have a lot of green mass. You see? Here, maybe it's easier to see here. They have a lot of biomass, they're green, they look good, they stand tall, but they also have some differences. I think it's pretty obvious that the orange one has flowers, the one on the right, and the blue one doesn't have any flowers. That meaning that maybe the blue one has a little bit more potential to grow, whereas the one on the right, which has already flowered, it's not going to grow much more. But the one on the right that was set seed earlier might produce more seed, before North Carolina get that heat that comes on summer, and maybe the one that produces more seed would be better for the farmer that's actually making the seed to be sold. And there's also another difference that you can see a little bit in the bottom of the plants, that the plot on the right has some sort of like yellowing and browning, and that's disease. I want my peas to be healthy, so I would want something more towards the left that doesn't have disease, doesn't have as much disease. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. So if you see this white coating here, looks like a powder. It's a fungus. It's called powdery mildew, and it attacks the plant. And also the yellowing is also disease. And this is on the plot on the right. Now, if I go to the plot on the left, you see that there's not that much disease. So, disease-wise, I would prefer the plot on the left. But as I said, I need to have data from different locations and see how they performed. Because, there is a chance that the one on the right was actually bigger in a different location. I guess I'll have to see. Now, let's go back to the office.
Welcome back. I hope you liked the little field tour. So when the plants are in the field, my colleagues in different states and I collect data from these plants. We will see how big they are in different times of the year, if they have any disease, if they have other traits that we are interested for. And then I'll use a program to do data analysis, and I will see which pea plant did better in each location and also what did best in all locations. We'll then select those plants and we'll grow them through a few years to make sure that they are good enough to be released for the farmers. We do this because each year is different. We have different rainfall. Some years are very hot, some years are very cold. Some years we have a late cold snap, and you want to make sure that these plants are good enough for the farmers. So I hope soon enough we have a new pea variety in the market for our farmers. And I hope you found this video informative, that you were able to learn a little bit about plant breeding and about cover crops. Thank you so much for watching. I am Lais Bastos Martins. I am a North Carolina scientist, and you can find more content like this at ncscifest.org. Thank you very much.